Hey everybody, it's February 16th, 2013. My name is Colin. I was floxed in September of 2011. That means poisoned by fluoroquinolone antibiotics. Many people are able to take these antibiotics or courses of these antibiotics and don't suffer any noticeable reactions. Other people are destroyed after just a few pills. Their health is destroyed, and they live the rest of their life in misery. And that's been the case for me so far. Over the last 17 months, I've watched my body just decay, basically. My joints have gotten weaker and weaker. My muscles have gotten weaker and weaker. If you've watched my previous videos, just unbelievable depression and mental torment. So yeah, don't take fluoroquinolones, and boycott Bayer and Johnson & Johnson. But I wanted to talk in this video about some random things. I know in the last video I said there were two theories on the destruction that fluoroquinolones cause. One of them I was talking about the mitochondrial DNA damage. But there's also, I think, your body metabolizes the fluoroquinolone, and some of the metabolites, this is according to my internet wife, her brother is a chemist, a very good chemist, and he says that, he refers to a paper on fluoroquinolones where the metabolites are, see, it's getting hard to stand now. I can't even stand for very long. The metabolites are absorbed into the tissue. So once that happens, they're there for a very long time, and we're talking years and years and years. So you have fluoride in your tissues, and I think it causes kind of a slow decay. So if you combine that with the mitochondrial DNA effect, you have slow decay and you have a body that can't heal. If you combine that with another thing that people are talking about is genetic abnormality of your body being unable to detox properly, or I think it's called the MTHFR pathway. If there's problems in that, then you're not able to basically detox as well as others. So that might have something to do with why some people recover and some people don't. So it's a big mystery, but I think people are making some progress. I do think the amount that you take, and if you combine it with other antibiotics such as Flagyl, which is what they had me on, and NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like Advil, it just enhances the toxicity. And I think that it's all about the toxicity level that you obtain while you're taking it. And it just, once it gets too high, that's what really topples people over, as you say. But even when toppled over, some people recover. So I think that might have to do with the genetic mutation. The genetic MTHFR, mother effer pathway. So you have all these factors. All that being said, there are functional things that can happen while you're on the medication. There are functional, if it does too much damage to an organ or your GI or something, or a nerve, and it's irreversible. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter how many mitochondrial it damaged or how much it penetrated into other tissue. If it damages something crucial, then you have a functional problem for the rest of your life. So I think that's kind of what happened with me and my colon. I think it really did a lot of damage in my colon, and I don't know what kind of damage it did to start this spasm in my pelvic floor, but it's something that I have a hard time believing is ever going to reverse. So I've figured out that the spasm really is what has been hindering my recovery, because it causes basically a dysfunctional defecation, and that combined with the colon damage, that's your autonomic nervous system, the walls of your colon. I was reading about it. It's like a plexus, and it's connected all the way through your GI up into your vagus nerve, branch of your vagus nerve. And so if that type of area is damaged, you have autonomic damage, and I don't know if that can be reversed with me. I don't know if it's the actual physical enlargement of my colon that occurred, the damage that was done, so much damage that it destroyed. If it destroys this plexus, and the intestinal walls, then you lose the smooth muscle there, and it starts to expand, and when your colon is expanding, it becomes useless because it can't squeeze the smaller food through. So I think that's what happened. I have two problems. I have the area of my colon that seems dead, and I have this spasm, which interferes with my ability to defecate, interferes with my, I think, signaling system that goes on, with the nerve systems in the colon and the brain. So, not only that, it's got to be expending a lot of energy, constantly spasming, and it interferes with my ability to defecate. It will contract when I'm not done yet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not done the flow, because I've been reading about it, and your body sends a signal. When you start to eat, or when it's ready to go to the bathroom, it's just natural. You don't have to think about it. It's all autonomic. Although if you see like some good food, it's going to start, the juices. There's a communication link there, but it's not as easy as just thinking of going to the bathroom, and then all of a sudden you get a mass peristalsis and the food pushes through. It's usually when you start eating, especially certain types of foods. So that's the key to getting your colon to move by itself, is to let it do what it was naturally designed to do. But that's not really happening with me. I mean, it does rarely, but I'm trying to figure out how to get that to happen more often, and once that happens, it takes a lot of energy. So you need to continue the flow out of your rectum. You can't stop it. And my puborectalis, for some reason, it doesn't contract normally, but when I'm defecating, it will sometimes just contract and stop, and that stops the whole train. It's like a train wreck. Well, not train wreck, but if the train stops, it takes a lot of energy to get it moving again. So it's pretty important. So I have to figure out how to. All of these things I have to figure out, and I can't. You really have to find the right doctor. You can't waste your time with just going to random doctors. So I'm hoping that clears up, but I'm still really constipated from this anti-candida diet. I lost energy, but I got some energy back, but I'm still constipated. So I'm not sure about the diet, but I think it might have done some good. It's just so hard to tell what's going on.